With no brakes and no gear changes, speedway is often described as motorsport at its rawest.
The adrenaline's pretty cool. When you're going down the straight with like one guy on your left, one guy on your right, and you're full noise at the end of the straight, and you're just leaning her in. That's a pretty good buzz.
Transworld Sport recently travelled to Sheffield in the north of England to meet up with one rider tipped to be a future speedway star.
Hey guys, welcome to my house. My name's Tai Woffinden. Come inside, check it out. Got all my monster helmets from last year and the year before when I did the Grand Prix. Got my old didgeridoo. It's like a little piece to remind me of where I grew up, and my Australia canvas on the wall. Pretty simple kitchen and breakfast bar. Kind of kept it all open plan. I did the house myself. Holly's getting some breakfast ready, some beautiful girlfriend.
Born in the English town of Scunthorpe, Tai Woffinden was raised in Perth, Western Australia. Speedway was in his blood, as his father Rob was a professional rider. Tai began his own career at the age of 12.
I'm pretty lucky with Speedway, really, because when I first started Speedway, it was me and my dad. My dad bought me a motocross bike, and we went and did a bit of practicing, and then one thing led to another, and it started going good. And then we went to my dad's mate's house because he had a track in his back garden. And when we finished riding, we were washing the bikes in the workshop, and there were some Speedway bikes there, so I thought, yeah man, let's have a go on them. And then one thing led to another, and here we are today. Basically, it's all the ones that I won. I don't like keeping the second place.
In 2006, Tai's family made the decision to return to the UK to further the young rider's career. He enjoyed immediate success, becoming British champion at under-18 and under-21 levels, and he also represented Great Britain at the under-21 World Championships. However, just as Tai's career appeared to be taking off, he was rocked by the death of his father, who lost his battle with cancer in 2010.
The only picture I've got of me, well, the only one I've got of me and mum and my dad before my dad passed, so that one means a lot to me. We had like a bit of a different relationship because we was with each other, you know, all the time in Australia racing, and we travelled all over Europe together. We were more friends than like father and son. We classed each other as, you know, best mates instead of like father and son. It was just like a different relationship, which was it was really cool, you know. And if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be where I am now, and I wouldn't have what I've got.
Tai's career understandably stalled after his personal tragedy, but he's since recovered, and he regained his British under-21 title last year. He splits his time between the UK and Poland, riding for Wolverhampton Wolves in the English Elite League and Wrocław in Poland. Although he represents Great Britain, Tai's upbringing means that the 22-year-old still considers Australia, where he spent his formative years, home.
I'll see if I can get some good notes coming out of this. It's been a while though. It's pretty hard to play. There's not many people that can play it, so I'm pretty proud that I can. So just put it back in the corner and leave it for a few more months until somebody else wants to listen to me.
Another of Tai's interests away from motorsport is the art he has adorning his arms.
I just like them, I think. That's like a Japanese arm, and that's got everything to do with my like racing. I've got like the dice, but they're in like a podium, so first, second and third. And then a few skulls here and there. So, one there, pain is weakness leaving the body. I just say it to myself when I'm laid on the floor with a broken leg or something. Try and make it feel a bit better.
Tai appears to have an insatiable need for speed. He's often restless at home, and when he's not at the speedway track, he can be found testing himself on a motocross bike or a jet ski. The Rother Valley Country Park is a favourite destination for Tai and his friends, one of whom is 7-time jet ski world champion Anya
Oh, Oh, he's such a friendly guy. We always have an awesome time. We always get up to something, you know, all of us as a gang. We always, because we're all crazy into all sorts of things. We never do anything just straightforward. We've always got to go do something. So jet skiing, you know, his speedways, these guys motocross and all sorts. We get up to everything. So he's a great guy, great guy.
Following his success at age group levels in Speedway, Tai's next challenge is to reach the top international level in his sport, the Speedway Grand Prix. The competition sees the top 15 riders in the world compete in a series of races in a bid to be crowned world champion. Two men who are well qualified to judge just how far Tai can go in the sport are his team manager at Wolves, Peter Adams, and Speedway promoter, Chris Van Straten.
Well, he's a supreme talent, yeah, and has been, you know, for many seasons. He's had a lot of trauma in his life, as you know, I'm sure you've picked up. But he seems to have overcome that, and he's progressing nicely, you know, towards being the top British rider. I think he probably is that at the minute.
He's very exciting, full throttle. You know, you can't take your eyes off him. He has immense skills in handling a bike, and he gets into situations on a bike which most riders couldn't handle, but he can handle it.
As well as Tai's physical ability at handling a bike that has just one gear and no brakes, his fearless attitude and determined nature give him a vital psychological advantage in races.
Mentally, Speedway's a massive thing. I can beat people before I go out and race them. I know when I pull up to the start line, I can just look across and go, let's go. I've won this one, no problem. You know, there's just like little things where, like, if you know that somebody doesn't train and you're off gate 4, they're off gate 3, you train as hard as you can and they don't train at all, you're going to beat them, straight up.
The nature of the sport means that injuries are part and parcel of being a Speedway rider. When we were filming with Tai, he crashed and suffered a broken hand. He carried on for 2 more races before the pain became too much. With the 2012 Speedway Grand Prix season ending last week, the top 8 in the standings will return in next year's championship. The other 7 riders are made up of qualifiers from regional events and also promoters' selections. It's understood that one of these nominations for 2013 is likely to be a British rider, and Tai is believed to be on a shortlist of 2. One thing is for certain. If Tai Woffinden is given the chance to join Speedway's top level next year, he won't be lacking in ambition.
Definitely. I want to be #1. There's no doubt about it. It's going to be a long road before I get there, but you know, if I did get given a spot next year and I made the top 8, you know, I'd be quite comfortable to say that if I make the top 8, if I was in it next year and I made the top 8, I could hold that for the next, you know, 6-7 years.